Sibongile Marokana is one of the few female football owners in South African football landscape. She formed Bokone Football Club in 2017, based in Madibeng, I should say, in the Northwest, which competed in the ABC Motsepe in the previous season. To celebrate the women in sport in this Women's Month, Sibongile is joining me in studio to chat about all things football. Welcome to Sports Live, and thank you for joining us. So,
thank you, Kate.
Football is very male-dominated. Why would you even venture into this, especially as an owner?
It's a passion, actually. I was involved in football for quite a number of years, and it ended up coming to a point where I had to just be more active and support and give back as well. So it's a passion, and it's always been my thing. Always.
When you say you were involved in football, in what sphere?
I played a bit, never got far. But I used to support teams as well, purchase kits for them and things like that, till it was the right time for me to just say, you know what, let me step in and actually visualize what I would like to see happening within the football space.
Yeah. What challenges have you faced on a day-to-day? I'm sure there's many.
Yeah, being undermined, number one. As a woman, obviously no one thinks you can make it, no one thinks you will survive, but I've managed, even from players as well. Players will kind of undermine. It's a woman, they'll think they'll take advantage, coaches, but I'm managing just fine, and I think everybody now knows where I stand, and they now listen to me, so it makes it even easier. Yeah,
we mentioned in the intro that you owned Bokone FC, which was in the ABC Motsepe League. You no longer own that team now. You have another one, Lerumo Lions Football Club. So what happened to Bokone, and then what's the story now?
It's actually the same team.
Okay, you just changed the name.
Yeah, I used to be in partnership with a relative. And obviously, different leadership skills, and I had to just move away, and where the status was mine, it belonged to me. So I just carried on and changed the name.
Okay, so another lesson is don't go into business with family.
Yeah, no.
For anyone listening there. So it is a dominantly a female team, your club, that is. Is this one of your goals, to ensure that women stay in the space and empower more women?
Okay, we are actually working on empowering women. I'm actually going to start a female team. I've got so many requests from young ladies, actually. They come to my games and literally ask if I could start a team because they want to work with me. I think they see the impact that I'm having in the Northwest. I mean, in the ABC, I'm the only female. Sure. So these young girls are looking at me like, why can't we have someone like this mentoring us and things, like someone who's really serious and passionate about it, and not because they've got a gap that they can just walk through. No. So it's actually great. I want to move into the female space. I'm still in the male-dominated environment. I'm pushing my way in there. But yeah, I'm still there and moving towards the female space.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm sure passion does carry you, but does it get intimidating at times? You feel like you don't have support, especially as you mentioned, you're the only female in the ABC currently.
I think it's getting better. It's getting better. I think people are now understanding who I am, where I'm from, what I'm trying to achieve, and they're starting to now actually kind of relate. And it works because I think it's a gap that they've been having within Northwest, and somebody's there to fill it. So I'm kind of getting a bit of support now. Things are moving, fans, so it's getting easier day by day.
Speaking of the Northwest, they haven't had a team, especially in the elite football leagues, Premier Division as well as the National First Division.
Yeah.
So is this a direction that we should be looking at, you trying to, to bridge that gap, considering we've been at platinum stars in that side of the world? Yeah.
No, actually, that is my goal. That's the end game, to become a strong and firm competitor in the Premier League.
Yeah, and for you, the gap that's also available, you could consider, as you mentioned, that young girls are coming to you. Yes. There's also the Hollywood Motsepe League, which is broadcast by our sister station here at SABC Sport. Part of those, moving up into the Premier League, how far are you with that? I know you just said like a lot of girls come to you, but is that
I almost went into partnership in the previous season, but obviously I'm one person that believes if we don't share the same vision, or there's just too many complications prior to my arrival, I don't want to get involved. So I almost went into partnership in terms of that. There was a team that actually...
The Hollywood Motsepe League,
that is?
Yes,
there was a team, a female team that actually made it through. They did get relegated, but then I decided, no, let me start from scratch, because I like to work with players and develop them. So I like to start from scratch with them and watch them grow as well, while giving them the platform. to showcase themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you do mention that the end goal is to be in the Premier League, but you're starting right at the bottom. In South Africa, fortunately or unfortunately, you have those options of buying statuses and all of that, but you decided to start from the ground up. Why is that?
That is the same reason, to develop. I mean, there's a lot of raw talent that doesn't get recognition. Very few actually make it to the Premier League or get noticed, you know. So I wanted to give them this platform. It's semi-professional, by the way, so it's not like the castle and stuff. So I wanted to give them the platform so that they showcase their skills, as well the exposure, assisting them to grow, giving them the basic skills of football, because I've noticed one of the gaps in the Northwest with all the developments there, they still this lack in basic skills. So just give them the all-rounder player so that they can showcase their staff and try to assist them here and there to get them out of that environment from the rural areas, raw, to being professional.
Yeah,
so that's why I started from ABC.
Oh, no, that makes sense. There's a lot of owners in this country, yes, most of them are male. Do you have any sort of relationship with them in terms of that working relationship, in terms of sort of like get a direction of where you could be and where you want to be? And who are those, if you care to mention for us?
I would not like to mention, but there's a few in the Premier League. Currently in the Northwest, we've had a promotion from one of the ABC teams to the Motsepe Foundation. I've got a good relationship with the owner, the man that's actually managing that team, and he guides me quite a lot because he's been in the ABC space for about 10 years in the Northwest. So he knows all the nitty-gritties and stuff. So in a way, he's like an umbrella. Whenever I've got challenges, he's someone I can talk to and can guide me. You know, so it's working out quite well. But I cannot mention, in the Premier League, I do have relationships as well.
No, that's good, because those are relationships you're going to need to foster.
Yes,
should you go up there. But also, ABC Motsepe is known, or is often embroidered in the number of scandals, I should say, in terms of like unfairness when it comes to referees, you know, in corruption, alleged corruption, I should say.
Yes.
Are you not concerned that this could derail what you're trying to do in the Northwest?
No, I don't actually. I think challenges are going to be there no matter which league you are in. It's a matter of what are you trying to achieve when you're there. Because I believe at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And once you see that this person is actually doing something good, regardless of if you are allegedly corrupt or not, you will align. Because you see, no, this is for the better of this province. This is for the better of the people, you know. So I'm not really frustrated by that or stressed by it. Yes, every now and then it will get to me, but I need to always keep in mind, what is the vision? What is the goal? What am I doing here? What is my purpose?
I imagine running a football club is not cheap.
It's very heavy on the pockets. I think people look at me and they think, it's easy if she can do it. But it's actually tough. It's costly. Running costs are just extreme. Traveling costs are extreme. And in this league, we don't really have a grant. So that's another challenge. It's not like the Motsepe Foundation, where there's a grant monthly that can assist you in terms of all the costs or the running costs. In this league, it's all from my pocket. So it becomes quite a challenge having to manage players, having to manage food, accommodation, transport, camping, because previous season I used to let them camp. So those kind of challenges, they do weigh their toll on a person. But yeah, as I said, it depends why you're here.
I mean, yeah, passion, going back to passion, driving that passion. Now, you know, there's a lot of, this is a year of women's sports, and this is a month of, in South Africa, celebrating Women's Day. What for you, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind and be remembered by? What would you do? When people think of you, what would you like to be remembered by?
I always say, I've got an NPO as well, so I'm that person that likes to assist. I like to always give back. And I always say, even if I can help just one person, I'll be satisfied. You know, I don't even need that person to broadcast how I've helped them. But as long as they know and they're content with knowing that I am here because of this woman, I'm content.
Yeah. Oh, quite a difficult space you decided to venture into and make that difference. But we do thank you so much for your time. Sibongile, you know, you're doing quite a lot of good. I mean, we don't get an opportunity to thank everybody that does a lot of good in this country. So we are grateful for your contribution in the world of sport, especially as a woman. Thank you so much for that. That is the owner of Lerumo Lions Football Club for the ABC Motsepe League. Hopefully we'll see you in the NFT and perhaps in the Premier Soccer League one day.
You are going to see me, so let's just say timing. Let's wait for the time.
Absolutely.